Man clones family after tragic car accident and suffers the consequences. In the tropical heat of Puerto Rico, brilliant minds are on the brink of a breakthrough that could change the world. Working for the enigmatic Bianine Corporation, William Foster pushes the boundaries of science, aiming to merge human consciousness with mechanical might, offering a second chance at life. In a bold move, they attempt to transplant the consciousness of a fallen soldier into an android, a daring experiment with the potential to blur the lines between man and machine. With the promise of creating an unprecedented being, Foster meticulously charts the intricate neural pathways of the deceased. But when their experiment goes disastrously wrong, Foster's world crumbles around him. However, he sees progress where others see failure. Despite his project hanging by a thread, he prepares to take a boating trip with wife Mona and 3 children Sophie, Matt, and Zoe. The family piles into the car ready for an adventure. Unfortunately, he gets into a terrible car accident. His family is torn from him in an instant. Foster's desperation knows no bounds. He calls his colleague Whittle to help him with an insane proposition. Determined to defy fate and bring his loved ones back, Foster dives headfirst into a secret experiment with his own mission to clone his family. However, he can only make 3 bodies. So his youngest daughter Zoe won't be brought back. With Whittle's reluctant help, he embarks on a bold quest to resurrect his family, no matter the cost. The duo gets to work moving the departed's minds into new bodies. As the clock ticks down, pressure mounts as days go by and Foster's new family grows in their tanks. Foster decides to erase their memories of Zoe to ease the transition. Distracted by his experiment, he misses work, angering his boss. He finds himself teetering on the edge of madness, dealing with the consequences of his actions and the weight of his sins. But with each passing day, his resolve only grows stronger, fueled by a desperate need for redemption. Whittle is anxious, considering he could be fired and imprisoned for this act. The bodies are finally ready, but Foster isn't. He's unsure of how they will react. However, the experiment is too far gone, so he sedates them until he figures everything out. The experiment suffers complications, with the mind struggling to accept the new reality. Fortunately, he has a breakthrough and creates a new interface. This allows him to successfully transfer the minds of his loved ones into the cloned bodies. With time running out, he scrambles to rid the house of any evidence of Zoe and prepare for his new family's awakening. At last, Foster wakes up to his family being active as if nothing ever happened. This brings him happiness, but it's short-lived since he has to catch up at work. A body is brought in for the procedure, which he falsely declines, saying the body is not good enough for the study. Whittle is confused. Foster decides to do the operation on himself, therefore, moving his consciousness into an android, allowing him to control the test and guarantee its success. However, at home the dark truth begins to emerge. The family starts glitching. Mona can't remember certain things, whereas Sophie has nightmares of the accident. Meanwhile, Foster and Whittle struggle to keep the secret. They used the company's equipment to bring the family back. If the project gets shut down, the missing supplies will be discovered. Foster tries to undo anything that threatens everything he holds dear. The wife knows he's hiding something and begins to ask questions. He confesses to cloning the family. However, their daughter asks a question that fractures their reality. Who's Zoe? The mother asks about Zoe when she discovers he erased her from their memories. This proves to be the least of his worries. His boss pays him a visit during dinner and reveals he knows everything. He claims Foster's new family is the property of the Bianine Corporation. Another secret is revealed: the corporation is not a biomedical research company. Their interests are strictly military, and they plan to turn his project into a bioweapon, enabling the military to take the brightest minds and place them wherever they like. Angry, Foster hits his boss and flees with his family. However, the henchmen are on their tail. Apparently, the corporation puts trackers in all their experiments, including the family. They use a defibrillator to deactivate the trackers in order to escape the corporation's reach. Outsmarting the crew, the family almost gets away before being snatched up at the last minute. Foster races against time to save them and uncover the sinister forces at play behind the scenes. Once at the facility, he offers his mind to the company so they can have everything to conduct the operation, which is worth billions. However, he moves his consciousness into a robot instead, which comes to his family's defense. This allows them to escape before he fatally injures his boss. Yet, he goes back to make an unorthodox deal. He can move his mind into a new body, sparing his life if he leaves his family alone. In the next scene, a rich old man is escorted to a room in talks of a secret procedure to extend his life. Foster's android starts preparing for the infamous experiment. Lastly, the Fosters enjoy summertime bliss as Zoe runs up.